So compared to mature garnet amaranth microgreens have 4 times more vitamin K, 11 times more vitamin C. So this is always by volume, right? So that's for amaranth. But then let's look at cilantro. I love cilantro. So mature cilantro, cilantro microgreens have 3 times more beta-carotene than mature cilantro and 11 times more lutein zeaxanthin, which are carotenoids that are impossible to pronounce. Try to say that 3 times fast. So yeah, they have 11 times more of these beta-carotenoids, sorry. And then the microgreen that takes home the cake is red cabbage. So red cabbage microgreens have 6 times more vitamin C, 20 times more lutein zeaxanthin, 40 times more vitamin E, and 260 times more beta-carotene. Like, this study wowed the researchers themselves, and it just circulated like wildfire throughout the raw foods and microgreens community. It was solid proof that baby plants were absolutely packed with much, much more nutrients than their mature selves. And the numbers are absolutely impressive. And I didn't mention wheatgrass, but I'm sure you've heard of it being a superfood. It wasn't one of the microgreens that the scientists studied, but previous research seemed to indicate that it's abundant in chlorophyll, and many health practitioners claim that it contains every amino acid, vitamin, and mineral necessary for human nutrition. So it's definitely potent, which is why people typically just have a small shot of wheatgrass. So you might be wondering, well, great. Now let me know which microgreens I need to start eating in order to dish my daily multivitamin pills. So we're not doctors, by the way, so I'm just letting you know which are the best sources of certain vitamins and carotenoids. So let's start with vitamin C. So vitamin C, as you might know, it's an important vitamin for immune system strength, right? But it also helps prevent cardiovascular disease, eye diseases, and prenatal health problems, among many other things. So in terms of vitamin C, the highest concentration of it is found in red cabbage, which is a true superpower microgreen, right? Red cabbage keeps popping up. Then it's followed by garnet amaranth, China rose radish, opal basil, and opal radish microgreens. So all of these, which are pictured here, have higher concentrations of vitamin C than even broccoli does, which is generally considered an excellent source of vitamin C already. So if you have trouble eating your share of broccoli, you can consider putting some red cabbage leaves in a fruit smoothie and call it good. Carotenoids are next. Carotenoids help reduce the risk of cancers and eye diseases. Beta-carotenoids in particular, they're a precursor to vitamin A or retinol, which promotes healthy skin, healthy mucous membranes, good eye health and vision, and a strong immune system. So your best beta-carotene sources would be, in terms of microgreens, in terms of anything, because microgreens are the best, would be red sorrel, followed by cilantro, red cabbage again, and peppercress. And then you also have wasabi, green basil, pea tendrils, garnet amaranth, which are also good sources of beta-carotene. So really, other than popcorn shoots and golden pea tendrils, the 2012 study found that all 25 microgreens they tested had either the same amount or much more beta-carotene than carrots, which are already excellent sources of beta-carotene themselves, right? That's why rabbits have good sight, because they eat carrots all the time. So if you are not a fan of carrots, You can sprinkle some red sorrel on your dish to help you get the beta-carotene equivalent that you need. And then lutein, zeaxanthin. They're both very important, impronounceable carotenoids for eye health. They can help prevent eye diseases like cataracts, for example. So lutein is also used to prevent heart disease, colon cancer, and breast cancer. The best sources of lutein zeaxanthin are cilantro, red sorrel, red cabbage, and garnet amaranth. So again, you know, cilantro and red sorrel and red cabbage, they just keep popping up. Next up is vitamin K, or phylloquinone, which supports bone health, and it's used to treat certain bleeding disorders. So garnet amaranth came in first place for the best source of vitamin K, followed by red sorrel, green basil, pea tendrils, and again, red cabbage. So when we're talking about regular vegetables, not babies, vitamin K has its highest concentration in broccoli, in spinach, kale, and these other, you know, dark green veggies. And this 2012 study, they found that 18 out of the 25 microgreens they tested had K levels, vitamin K levels that were equal or higher than broccoli, which shows that many microgreens can really serve as an excellent source of vitamin K. Finally, there's vitamin E, which is an antioxidant that is essential for a strong immune system, for healthy skin and healthy eyes, and it was most highly concentrated in green daikon radish, followed by cilantro, by opal radish, and peppercress microgreens. So all of these plants are much, much more concentrated in vitamin E than mature spinach is, which is already considered a good source of vitamin E. Wow, right? Hopefully this data has wowed you as much as it wowed me. I actually didn't come across it until after I was already sold on the health benefits of sprouts and microgreens. And when I saw it, I thought, well, duh, that's why I feel a million times better when I eat sprouts and microgreens. It only made sense. So I'm going to wrap up in terms of health benefits. Yeah, because there's more. More health benefits. It's just endless. So the last health benefit is that something else that sprouts and microgreens do is help maintain or restore the proper alkaline acid balance in your body. So with many of us eating processed acidic foods, eating alkaline foods helps neutralize acidic waste byproducts that we produce and restore balance. So the majority of sprouts and microgreens are alkaline, which is buckwheat and rye being slightly acidic. So that's it for health benefits. I know that was a lot to digest, but it's okay because there were so many enzymes in there to facilitate your digestion. What? That was my corny sprouts joke, you guys. Honestly, I think it only gets funnier every time I tell it. All right, let's move on to the other benefits. Homegrown sprouts and microgreens, they cost a fraction of the ones you're going to buy at the store. So when you grow them at home, they are much cheaper, not to mention fresher than those that you would purchase at the store. And when you buy organic seeds in bulk from companies like High Mowing Organic Seeds, it will save you a lot of money. Even if you buy those 4-ounce packages that seeds come in, you will still end up ahead. So I calculated how much it would cost per ounce to grow mung beans from those mini 4-ounce seed packages, and you still end up saving money as compared to the store. 30% savings to be exact. So 30%, that would be the absolute minimum you would be saving, because mung beans are some of the cheapest sprouts you can find at the store. And also, this was with a mini 4-ounce package. So if you're buying in bulk, you'll save a whole lot more. And actually, if you really wanted to, you could even grow some of your seeds to maturity and save your seeds, but that's for a 401 class. And I'm pretty sure that, well, we're beginners here. All right. Next, sprouts and microgreens, they grow indoors year-round, right? So you have year-round access to fresh, delicious greens. So, you know, in terms of sprouts, they don't require any sunlight. They're low maintenance and they barely require any space. So living in your mom's basement is not an excuse for not growing them. You can eat fresh sprouts even on the coldest winter day. And if you're growing microgreens, all you need is a window that gets a decent amount of light, but it does not need to be perfectly facing south for your microgreens to grow well. Another benefit is the widely varied flavor of sprouts and microgreens. There's so many types of flavorful sprouts and microgreens that are so varied in texture and taste. So Christina hates mung beans, the ones on the bottom left there. So, you know, you're allowed to hate one. You're gonna find one that you like, I promise. So if you don't like mung beans, you might like the spiciness of radishes or the nutty flavor of sunflower microgreens, which are my personal favorite. I love sunflower microgreens. So there's definitely a sprout or microgreen that is adequate for your palate. Not to mention that your palate can change over time, right? The more you eat these greens. Next up, you can be sure where they came from and how they were grown. So when you grow them at home, you get to choose what seeds to purchase and whether or not they are organic, and you know that they're not drowning in chemicals when you're growing them. So you know they haven't been sitting out for days and days at the store either. You know that they're fresh and you can harvest them immediately before you plan on eating them, which ensures they have the absolute best nutrients inside of them. Even a houseplant murderer can do it. So if you've got a brown thumb, there's really no time to kill the sprouts and microgreens because there's no time to mess up. They are super low maintenance and you don't require much space to grow them. I shared earlier that I was terrible at keeping my houseplants alive in the past, and I was not joking. So if I can grow these, so can you. So those are the main benefits of growing your sprouts and microgreens.